Okay, everybody, why don't we go ahead and call the order at 5:04 this evening? If you could stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
States of America. To the flag.
All right, so we'll go right on to item C, which is public comment. We are in a hybrid meeting today, so we have the opportunity to go to in-person and virtual public comment. So we always offer in-person the first opportunity to speak, and then we will open it up for anyone online who would like to speak. So we'll go with in-person first. Public comment from anyone? Yeah, big group chat. Because we also. All right, so we'll start with public comment from anybody in person, so we'll go right to online.
No online.
No online attendees. All right, so we don't have anybody for public comment this evening. We'll move right to minutes. So could I have a motion to approve the November 2024 minutes? Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. We'll move right on to correspondence, item E, which is anything received between 11/19/2024 and 12/16/2024. We do not have anything in our agenda packets this evening, but I do remind those who might listen to us in this recording at another time to use the contact form at any time still with the building committee. We are certainly available for questions, thoughts, comments. If you need any additional information, you just go to our webpage at the very bottom, and there's a contact form there that you can use to get in touch with us. We'll move right on to item F, reports. First item F1, chair report. Nothing specific tonight, just obviously welcome everybody and happy holidays. We don't get a chance to say it at the end of the meeting, but thank you for giving us a little time this evening in this very busy time of year, but good to see everybody. And we'll move right on to town council liaison report. Sarah's not here, right? I don't know, Kathy, anything? Oh, I'm sorry. That's how I said this report.
Nothing really. It's gonna start budget soon, so that's always fun. It'll be here before we know it. And that's it. That's really it.
All right. We'll move right on to Board of Education liaison report.
I mean, budget too. We do that just ahead of the council, so as soon as we turn the calendar, right, basically.
All right, nothing in addition. So we'll move right on to 1928 building committee liaison report. Chris?
Thank you, Meg. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yes, the 1928 committee met on December 10th. We're in the process of finalizing our contract with KBE, and once finalized, we'll start work on the project within the next 30 days. That would bring us into early January 2025. As I think I mentioned last time, substantial completion would be 365 days later, about January 2026. We also had introductions with the KBE team that will be on site and performing the work at the project. Following sort of our lead here with this committee, the 1928 building committee also established a financial subcommittee and a decision-making group. And that's pretty much about it. I will once again say, please take advantage of our Buy a Brick fundraiser. And I guess in the last piece of infinite decision-making wisdom from our committee, we canceled our December 24th meeting, so we will meet in the new year.
Questions for Chris at all? Right on to architect report.
Just trying to hold the fort while Archana's away, supporting the finalization of the site and the area F, formerly known as area as the 900 Wayne. Want to release the grandstands for the holidays. Make sure that gets out.
Any questions from the folks? All right, we'll move right to construction manager report.
Everybody was quick, so I'll try to be quick. You follow the lead. Just want to give a few brief updates. IES, the commissioning agent, started their final commissioning activities today with the mechanical team. The gym flooring was refinished. It was completed on 12/2. And I finally emphasized that that work was completely covered under warranty under the flooring trade contractors warranty. Their schools still using that gymnasium, so that's good news. All the student parking lots were turned over to the school. Site wayfinding signs on Monteith were installed, as you can see coming up on Monteith. I want to give a brief update as far as a mechanical issue that came up over the weekend. There was a fire line that backflow preventer that a relief valve froze. The school immediately contacted O&G, brought trade contractors here within an hour, repaired the backflow relief valve. The engineers are looking at the overflow configuration. Cole Roman's team with PSKP. The system was never down. The backflow preventer actually operated the way it was supposed to. The relief valve let go. The fire system was always active. Freeze up. And but in the meantime, with the relief valve, we temporarily insulated so that it won't happen. Both the fire and domestic lines have always been fully operational, and it's not impacting the school, and this doesn't impact any of the school operations. If there's any questions, I could go into detail, and Russ also has some photos that we can share on that. As far as area F, central office renovation, we're roughly 35% complete. Interior and rough-in work continues. The spray foam installation is complete, and drywall installation and drywall. The new gas meter was installed. Tennis court work, there's not going to be any more work until springtime. They're fully done with their fall work. The 1928 building site work, we're still monitoring that. Lucio on that. They're working on site lighting conduits, and the sanitary line is pulled up to 5 feet within the building, from the building. Football field grandstands, shop drawings we do. We are working with TSKP, but we do need to release them fairly soon. There's a long lead time on those grandstands. And the application document has the comes to fully review it. That is any questions?
Any questions for us? Additional detailed thoughts?
Anyone want to see the pictures? They're professionally done. I know. Well,
They look really nice.
Yeah.
That portrait.
So I can explain. So what we did was we put temporary insulation. So that's a relief valve on the domestic water line, so that until the design team fully reviews the original design, at least there's no potential freeze up. So that's the backflow preventer. That's so the relief valve sits right here. We blanked it off. We recertified this backflow preventer. It did operate. There's 2 check valves, and that's what allowed the sprinkler system to still be pressurized. That's next to your wall, so we stuffed it with insulation so that they're can't get that backflow preventer. The relief valve is designed to, if you have a free valve, to let loose. So it did what it was supposed to. Then we received a call from Matt Ross. We were here, I was personally here. Fire department also assisted in mopping up the boiler room. It's all concrete, but we got everything cleaned up by, I want to say 3 o'clock-ish. And then we came back on site on Sunday just to double check a few things. And, again, school, outside of a few activities, basketball activities on Saturday, it was,
Cancellation.
yeah, it was not in time. Here, so that's a different vantage point of the exterior wall. That's George Gibbons' roots behind the lead pipe. But again, that insulation is there as a temporary measure until the Women's team gives us, their final determination as far as what needs to be done so that this doesn't happen again. Or at least provide an alert, when it does.
And then obviously we're prepared for, we're supposed to start dropping, temperatures are dropping again, right? So we're all prepared.
That's- There's a lot of insulation in that pipe. But if there was ever a loose, there's a drain inside the boiler room, and it would just go into the drain. There are provisions, in place.
So the reason it froze is that, can you go back to that last picture, please? That pipe, that white pipe you see at the 90, that's piped directly to the outside, so you had fresh air coming right up through the pipe. That's the outside wall. And hitting, if you could go back to the first picture, Jeff. Right as it sits there, it's the same situation on the other end of the sprinkler. And all that cold air went up and froze it. So that's why it froze, was that cold air hit. So we're gonna come up with a different configuration so that that direct line isn't hitting that backflow preventer. So that was the reason it froze.
Any thoughts, additional questions on that? Appreciate the detail on that one. I know there's a lot happened this weekend, so appreciate that. All right, any other questions for Nelson?
So you said that now you'll get alerted. Who would get alerted if
You
something did happen? Well, my chance.
Well, we get to the design team, but there would be a BMS contact that would alert
Okay.
a facilities person to.
Just because time off in the next couple of weeks, I, want to make sure that if anything does happen, that someone knows we can get up there.
Well, belts and suspenders, that insulation won't allow cold air to come into the building. So it'll give the design team
Sometimes.
some time to actually figure out what's.
I think all the activities at the school, somebody could just check on it while they're there. During the day, I don't, Sam could drive up from his house.
Mostly it would be.
I'd say that's-
He's up there now checking out.
Still mopping.
That's the electrical in the water.
All right. I'll get that. Good for that. All right, so why don't we go right on to project management contingency report?
That's 10 change orders over the last month. It's still coming in. And we'll give you more details on. That individual. What would you find decision making group in your financial stuff?
All right, and just any questions for Russ? All right, we'll move on to owner draft manager report, Chris.
High school, continue on back punching and checking punch list items. As well as gathering and anything that's been submitted for closeout documents. The central office, coming in and checking on the progress. It's going in for Brian, as well as checking the schedules. And this month's schedule shows that we're still right on time. It's coming to completion.
Any questions for Chris? No. All right. Next item is communication subcommittee report. We did not have a communications meeting prior to this one this week, so no update there. Financial subcommittee report, nothing in particular to report out on that committee. Obviously, everything that we'll talk about for invoices and change orders was reviewed prior to the meeting. So nothing in particular. I don't know, Russ, whether you want to give us later on, you'll do that. Do you want to do that? Yeah, contingency laws now. You want to give us one pretty?
Central office, thank you. Central office, we're doing, yeah, there we go, thank you very much.
Do you
Cat
figure?
for your head, same age, so you can see. So we're still doing fine with central office. We have one change order that we added for the flooring revisions, that is for 14,000, bringing us down to 92,000 left for the central office. And then for the high school, there were 6 change orders that we processed, leaving us with a balance of $2.561 million in their owners contingency. So that's after the grace.
Questions on contingency laws? All right, that leaves us with last item in report was financial report. Kevin, can you do that? Some updates?
Yep, the only update was the invoice for call conversion marketing, which was approved at last month's meeting. So that was $8,840 added, so we have roughly just over $31,000.
Questions on that? Just a reminder, that'll be our last invoice for.
Yes.
All right, so why don't we go right on to new business? So. So can I get a motion to approve the following invoice package, Farmington High School as presented?
Motion.
Second. All right, we will open this up for discussion.
All right, the first invoice is from TSKP Studio. This is their monthly invoice for professional services rendered for construction administration in the amount of $42,000. Next one is ONG, so I'll pass it to Nelson.
The final application is $2,679,455.75. We reviewed it both with the professional partners and the sub-finance committee in detail last Friday. We recommend approval.
All right, next is the project management invoice. This is for Russ for the month of November, $7,001.28. The weekly hours worked is also attached. Next on the list is Arcadis. For their FHS portion, the invoice is $540. Next on the list, we have 2 invoices from JT Homes. This is still part of the technology purchase order that we had to furnish and get all of the technology up to speed for the high school. So their application number 6 is in the amount of $15,746.25. And their application number 7 is $11,916.24. These were reviewed and approved by Tom Beebe at Arcadis and recommended for payment. Next, we have Vintage King Audio. This is another technology one. We received this back at the end of October, but we held on to it until we actually received the items. Matt Ross has confirmed that they have been received, so he has reviewed and approved for payment. So this is in the amount of $77,432.85. Next on here is IES. This is our commissioning agent. This invoice is in the amount of $8,499.24. O&G reviewed and approved this and recommended for payment. And then the last one in the high school invoice package is IMTL. This is for materials testing in the amount of $290. And as always, O&G has reviewed this invoice and recommended payment. And we'll move on to change orders.
Right. First one is for an additional AED cabinet in the field house. This matches the rest of the high school ones. $321. We found an underground oil tank that was under the sidewalk in the old circle. So we told Lightning to remove that. It had already been vacated and left in place for a total of $1,702. PCO 187 is an additional badminton net and toast for $1,536. PCO 188 is additional cold form metal framing at the masonry wall. There's a window that was removed. This framing will help hold the orange block in place for $12,545. There's you needed a motorized shade in the black box theater for $5,883 credit. The time capital reconnaissance, that we have information to believe that there was a time capsule in the circle. We did some exploratory ground penetrating radar. Unfortunately, we did not find time capsule from 1985. Window skills and special window sills at special education classroom. This is to add additional window sills in this special ed rooms for $6,104. 190 PCO 193 is replacement of a cafeteria touchscreen that was damaged. That is applied to the construction management contingency. And we found that after the school came online, Matt Ross figured out we had problems with the wireless access points near the gym. This adds an additional wireless access points for $10,723. That's it for the change orders on the high school.
Any questions, thoughts, additional detail required? Everybody's right, okay?
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Move on to item 2, which has a motion to approve the following legal tax central office as presented. Motion? Discussion?
All right, so the first invoice for this package is TSKP Studio. This is their monthly professional services rendered for the central office portion of the project. Construction administration is $5,600. Next on the list here is Arcadis. This portion for central office is $2,340 for the work through November 24th. And then the last one on the list here for invoices is IMTL. This is, again, materials testing, reviewed and approved by O&G in the amount of $357.98. And then there's one change order.
PCO 184 is revisions to the flooring and relocation of doorway at the HR and payroll offices in the central office for $22,760.
Any questions? Additional clarification? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. So we just have one additional item, which is to approve the 23 building committee meeting schedules. If I have a motion to do so. Motion?
Okay.
All right, we'll open this up for discussion.
This is continuing the monthly pattern of the first and the third Wednesday of the month, all the way through December. I don't think we will need all of those meetings. This is our last year probably as a committee. So that's crazy. You will see that the first meeting in January is January 15th, because the first of the month is January 1st, if you will not be meeting on. So approval of this schedule essentially also cancels that meeting. And then that's it.
All right, any questions, thoughts on that? As Ken mentioned, on our pattern has been to cancel that first one, but we just went through them on there. Because we do scheduling or. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. So moves us to H, other business. Any other thoughts, questions, anything else we need to? Yeah, so for the committee, we just do have some professional task awards for us to celebrate a little bit together, and we will be head off for the next couple of weeks of time with friends and family. So please feel free to stay and do that with us. If there's nothing else, I would ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion. Second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes, and we will adjourn at 5:31.